Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the final word. I am joined by Everton legend Derek Mountfield. I'm going to be asking Derek about zonal marking, amongst other things. Before we start, this video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with all the stats, results and transfer news, all in the one place. To download OneFootball's app, click the link. Derek, another defeat. 10th in the last 16 games, which doesn't make for pleasant reading, hearing, watching at the moment.
Correct. Very much correct.
This one on Saturday, what I would say was, this might be controversial, but Everton, in my opinion, didn't deserve to lose the game. Didn't deserve to win it, but I thought it was a crap 0-0 written all over it, or a mistake. And
it's one of them. It's one of them. We're going through that spell now where a lot of us can't see where the next positive performance, positive result is coming from, because we keep going, we keep seeing the same players playing, and then he might make one or two changes, but he brings the same players back in again, and I just can't see, if I'm honest, the right desire and attitude from the players at times. I know people say, oh, you're just a critical ex-footballer. I'm not. I'm a football fan. I'm an Everton fan. But what I want to see a bit more responsibility taken by players on the pitch. I don't see players screaming and shouting at each other and not grabbing by the chair, but saying, "Come on, boys, we're better than this." We had it when I was here. We had the Peter Rees, the Kevin Wright, the Andy Grays, and they would give you a shake up. They give it. But Howard do the same. Colin do the same. But I don't think the players on the field will ever get that way again. I think they're not allowed to do it. It's not in the current way of football. You're not allowed to shout at people anymore. But I think someone's got to take a bit more responsibility. Someone's got to say, look, we're better than this. We've got, and say, right, let's get this right. And start having a go at each other. And when's the last time you someone have a go at someone on the pitch at Everton when we can see the goal? When you say, hey, you, pick him up, sure. Well, they just walk away going, okay, let go. But it's not just Everton. I think that's getting epidemic in football. Yeah. The lack of responsibility in the game now is going to hurt the game in the long-term thing. But I want to see an Everton play, whether it be a Michael Keane, a Kurt Zuma, a John Joe Kenny, whoever it is, take some response and give a bit of a rollicking out on the pitch.
I totally agree. I mean, this is something certainly I've been saying, when everyone's pointing to the manager and everyone's pointing to zonal marking, because people are looking for excuses, obviously, because it's frustrating. You can't look past the players, because at the end of the day, they're the lads with the shirts on. So we can all moan as fans or look at things afterwards. You can look at it as an ex-player, you can look at it as supporters and go, he hasn't picked him up, but you've got to remember that these lads go out to play the game. You went out as a player. It doesn't matter what Howard Kendall said to you. He can give you the greatest tactics in the world, but at 3 o'clock, it's on you, not on Howard. Howard's on. He might be reacting to stuff on the, right, we need to bring him off, he's having the mare or whatever, or he might get closer or whatever. But you had to play the game. And players now, to me, seem as though they just want to go, the manager's told us to do this, so this is what we do.
Yeah, I've had that conversation many a time. I've been told to this, so he told me I've done my job.
Yeah.
But that's the, no, you don't just have to do your job. Sometimes you've got to go above and beyond your job.
Yeah.
And I just think that's what I said before, responsibility. That's a lack of responsibility. If you just say, well, you're going to mark in, Baz, do your job, but my man concedes scores, it's my fault. Yeah, but could you have shouted, say, Dad, it's on your left shoulder, or told me, or helped me, or guided me? Yeah. But by some information on the pitch, well, it's a shared responsibility. But I think the lack of responsibility, as you said, is we have to go. No matter what Howard said to us, and the final take was, come on, boys, let's do it. It's my job, my first header, my first tackle, my first pass. I didn't want to make a mistake. Yeah, I made many a mistake. We all make mistakes. No one's perfect. But you want to have the best game you can by preparing right.
Just, you mentioned something before about changes. I mean, we played, well, first of all, we played City last Wednesday, and I thought it was a committed performance by Everton. I thought they stuck at it. I mean, we've seen City demolish Chelsea 6-0 yesterday. Everton stuck at it, I thought, without really looking like we were going to score a goal.
Totally agree.
But we limited them to, I mean, they had 15 shots, 4 on target, but 10 of those shots were from 25, 30 yards out, going nowhere. So they created very little, which I thought was a positive thing. Some people were like, well, why are you happy with that? Well, I'm happy with that because it wasn't 6-0.
It was for me the most committed performance I'd seen in quite a while.
Right, yeah.
It was one of those where he made some changes. He left some of the big muddy signings out, and we're all gone. But you saw a determination to prove to people that yes, we are a bit more committed. We can play some good football. We are going to work hard, and it worked really well. You know, we were never going to score a goal.
No, we didn't.
We haven't got anything in that final third, and that's the frustration. The final third is so weak at Everton at the moment. But we showed a lot more commitment. If I'm honest, City were a bit easy on us at times. Normally they have good shots in the box, but they take an extra touch. But we did limit them, and we conceded 2 goals in stoppage time in both halves. 2 goals that really could have been avoided, but you know, we showed a lot more commitment, and I was quite impressed with it. Apart from bringing the 2 strikers on, but taking the 2 providers and the wingers off, which makes no sense in putting 2 strikers on. No. And then we go away to Watford on Saturday, and he makes more changes again.
But that, I mean, I looked at we do like a starting 11 show the day before, what we think it might be. And I'd made one change, and that was Walcott out for the Charlie, because I thought he'll bring the Charlison back in because of the occasion and all. And I thought, well, he might be fired up. He hasn't played the full 90 the other night. And Walcott, I still got hopes for Theo.
I think Theo, when you watch him, he moves around the pitch so easily.
He does,
but it's that final little bit he lacks, the final touch,
but you try him up front, because we haven't got a striker.
I put him down the middle. I'd have a go at him.
Yeah.
He's got pace.
He's got good movement.
And to be honest, I think Calvert-Lewin wins far more headers than the other strikers we've got.
Of course.
And if he can little flicks on, Theo might work on it. But I think I watch him run the pitch, and he just glides so easy around the pitch. But then it's that final decision, that final pass, that final touch, that final decision to do. He's not got that really in the last 12 months, really. But I think as a footballer, he's got something in there.
Yeah.
You can see it. Yeah. But if he's got something in there, he should have developed now after being 15 years in the top flight near enough.
Yeah. His last season up front for Arsenal got 23 goals. Yeah. So that's why at the moment, listen, I wanted Cenk Tosun to work. I really did, because I think he tries his best and all that. But I'm just not sure it's going to happen for him. And that frustrated me at the weekend, because we were going to a team that I think has won twice at home this season. So they've been better away. Not great. You know, they were a point above us. You know, they are what they are. They got good players, and they got Deeney up front who likes a battle and all that. And I thought, to be honest, our centre backs stood up to it, because normally going into it, I was thinking Deeney's already said they're gonna kick straight out of us, which they did. To be fair, it wasn't over the top, but they made sure we knew we were in a game. But the changes for me, Tosun isn't quick enough to play counter-attacking football. We just seen what Calvert-Lewin did against City. He was running them in behind. He was occupying their 2 centre-backs, like you said before. Cenk just doesn't do that. And then he brought Gylfi Sigurdsson in for Bernard. Now, Bernard had been excellent for 70-odd minutes against City. He's clever with the ball and can open teams up. Gylfi's just, especially not on the left-hand side of the midfield. So I was just looking, thinking, why have you changed the team that's gone out and give you the performance? Just say same again, lads. Or make the one change. Say to, well, he didn't have to change anything, but if it was me, I'd have swapped Theo out. But he could have just said to those 11 lads from City, lads, you know what? You just played the best team in the land. You know, you've just played the best team there in the division, and you've given them a good go. Okay, we could have been better in the final third, but these aren't as good at City, so we'll get chances today.
And that's about mentality. You know, against the bigger teams, can you raise your game? Against it's only Watford. Yeah. It's not Man. Well, it's the same as Man City. It's 3 points.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
no more points.
Whether he changes 1, 2, 3 or 4, those players should be able to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not being disrespectful to Watford, but we should be going down there and picking a point or 2 or 3 points every time we go down there.
Yeah.
But I know he keeps changing it, but do you really honestly say that the formation he keeps playing, the 4-2-3-1, is the right formation?
No.
I don't think it's the right formation for what we've got in the club. I don't think that formation suits us.
No.
I don't know. I'd just go say, right, we're going to go 4-1-4-1, or we'll go 4-4-2 for a change. We're going to change it, because I'm not being disrespectful, but whenever you watch the opposition players now, they know how we play. Now I watched the game of the week where I was now, and the two centre backs pulled to get the ball off the keepers, and in came Gomez, and all they did went 1-2 and pushed their two full-backs on to where our two full-backs, and we still try and play it in there. Get it off, get it back. No, push on up, close it down, and let's do it again. Let's go and try a different one. We don't always need to play football out the back. It doesn't always work that way. We haven't got the players who are comfortable like the Man City players on the ball to get it and pass it. Even Liverpool play it better. They've got players who want the ball. Do all our players actually want the ball? You see, it's cool. But City, well, if it's a little 3-yard pass, we'll give it straight back to you. But we won't do that. You know, we're trying to make defenders into footballers, and we're losing the art of defending.
Well, I want to come on to defending, because I thought.
But go back to Watford, though.
What
we should do, we should be going now with the same mentality as we had against.
That's what we did against City.
I thought there was a determination against City. There was a lot more purpose to our play.
Definitely,
And we go down there, and he makes 1 or 2 changes, and I really do think Gylfi is at the moment on a bit of a struggling run. He's just not getting involved in games enough. Richarlison, for me, flicks in and out far too much. He doesn't. He's not like a David Silva who can dominate and dictate and play. He drifts in and out. I know it's a different situation, but I'm trying to use a similar left-footed player. He drifts in and drifts out, and he won't quite get there. Then all of a sudden, well, he got there. He could have done that before. He doesn't quite seem to have that right. I'm in there now. I think 1 or 2 of the players he brought in are actually really struggling for confidence as well as form at the moment. But how do you get the confidence back? Do you keep playing them and you make it worse, or do you give them a break and put someone else in who might play, and then I want to put him back in now, but he's playing too well? But I don't know. But we should be going to Watford and getting a point. The header Calvin DCL missed should have gone in the back of the net. The good shot from the twist and turn by Tosun when the keeper made a good save. But it's 1 or 2 chances a game. It should be 7, 8, 9, 10 chances a game. You'll get more goals that way. You're going to get only creating 2 chances. You're not going to score goals. You get 8 chances, you might get 1 goal or 2 goals. So we've got to start creating more chances, and that comes from all over the park. That comes from our better quality on corners, our better quality on free kicks, or more attacking intent from the corners. Are we working on this? You know, where we're going to make the runs? Are we just going to let players fight us? Or are we going to try and block someone off, which other teams do to us? You know, are we going to be a bit more creative? Can we play the first time ball a bit quicker with a bit more purpose in the right area? But you see, so again, I watched City yesterday, and they moved the ball so quickly and so well, and they go boom. It's well, what? Didn't see that there. But we wouldn't see that pass into the space. We'd have an extra touch. Then the space is gone.
It's gone.
But that's confidence. That's belief. That is what they do in training. You know, if you ever watch that programme they did, All or Nothing on Man City, you realise how intense Pep is as well. So is our training as intense as a match situation? You know, are you preparing on a Monday, Tuesday, ready for that game on a Saturday? Because when I watch it, that's what City do. Their training sessions look really, really intense. So are our training sessions right for what we're trying to get there on a Saturday?
Well, I mean, that's a brilliant point, because in that all or nothing, the other thing you see is that these players who are up there, ability-wise, because they are also up there desire-wise. I seen it last week. Said this last week on last week's final, where, you know, Fernandinho in the middle's like a metronome for them. It's just keeps the pace, keeps dictating, but he doesn't mind. If you want to square up, and we'll have a little go. We'll have a tackle, then come on then. Bit like what your side did in '85. Do you want to fight us? Because we'll do that as well first. Right, you're not going to beat us in the scrap, so should we play footy now? And we'll beat you anyway because we're better than you. That's what City do. City will go, well, all right, we'll mix it then. And you see in that documentary the desire of
but even Pep
is the same.
Stop! And whoa, I always thought he was the yes, do this. All of a sudden, it's a sort of different side to Pep. But is that a Marco Silva side we haven't seen yet? Does he actually do that? Does he need to do that? He probably does need at times to do that. But
he'll say, and he did say this last week, the players have seen me angry, losing it lots of times. Well, do you think the fans need to see a bit more? Because at the moment, I don't know what the split is, to be honest with you, but if you just went by social media, and I know there's loads of Blues who aren't on social media, so they might think totally different. But on social media, there's a groundswell of just get him out now. He hasn't got a clue, blah blah blah. We don't know what he's like. He might be the greatest man. Well, he might be a very good manager on the training ground. He might be a very good manager anyway. Where are you with Marco Silva? Or are you just at the moment, are you in the camp which is, will prove something to me, because I don't know about you?
If you look what's happened over the last 4 years, we've gone through more managers than I'm happy with.
Yeah.
And the fans are. But do we demand instant success now? Or we after instant success? It doesn't happen that way. You know, them across the park, they're 3.5 years into this new manager. And we've had 4.
In that time,
You know, so are we being a bit too hasty, with the selection of the manager? Giving him the opportunity before we sack him? I think at the moment, I've never met any of our last 4 or 5 managers. I've never met them, so I can't comment what they're like personally. But are we going to give someone a chance? Are we going to give someone a chance to develop his way with his players? This manager's inherited players from previous 3 managers.
4, I think.
You know, there's Koeman players in, there's Allardyce players in, there's Moyes players in, so Martinez players in. So he's got players that might not go, I'm not sure of him. I'm not sure of him. So, but he can't get rid of them, because we are unfortunately at the moment stuck in a bit of a limbo situation with a lot of our players who are earning an awful lot of money who aren't playing in our team. You know, so we've got players out there who are earning what I would class as an exceptionally good wage compared to where I end.
Exceptionally, is that all?
Exceptionally good game. But they're not getting picked. So are those players doing something in training and showing them, I want to play for you? Are they really? Are they going, can't be asked? No,
they're getting paid anyway.
They're getting paid. And I think that's one of the problems with the game now. But I'd stick with him. I'd allow him a bit more time to get rid of some of the deadwood, because there is a lot of deadwood in our club, an awful lot of deadwood. But I want to see a bit more coming from positivity coming from him, from Marcel Brands, and then from our majority shareholder, who spends more time talking to radio stations than coming out and talking to the fans. I'd love him to come out on Everton TV or wherever it is and say, look, this is our plan for the future. This is what we want. Not talking to a national radio fella who works on one of the main TV channels on.
Exactly.
You know, and I get wound up with that. You know, I never heard my chairman at Everton talking to the media. I never heard my chairman talking to the papers. So Philip Carter was the chairman of our club, and he ran it, and he gave Howard a massive big vote of confidence that Christmas '83 period. 5 months later we're FA Cup winners, a year later we're league champions. Do we need to stop having all this coming on national television, national radio and talking? Talk to the fans, to the fans, not through the media. And I want to see more of that. I get a bit wound up when I hear chairman talking to the media all the time. No, talk to the fans. Go on and actually speak to the fans, whether it's via a one-off 10-minute blob on the Everton website or wherever it is, or talk to the fans direct. Don't talk via a media outlet. You know, and that's where we've disappeared over the last 3 or 4 years since Mr. Mishivi's come into the game. I've never met the man, I don't know him, but since he's come involved in the club, we've become a club that seems to be a bit like a juggler who can't juggle balls. We're going, and we're dropping them all the time. We've gone through Martinez, Koeman, Allardyce, we had Unzi twice, now we're on. So we haven't made the right choice now in four decisions. And I think, hopefully, that Marcel Brands is now on the board, and we've changed the board around. We've got to get a better structure in our club now. We've got to get a better forward-looking vision for the club. And we're not going to be one of these clubs that's known as a sacking club. We seem to be at the moment. I believe we're still paying off Martinez, Koeman, Allardyce,
and Silva. So we're paying 4 managers.
So we're paying 4 managers now.
Till May.
You know, so let's get the strategy right. If we're going to give this man the job, and it's a man that it looks like Mr. Mashiri wanted, because he's chased him and chased him. Now we've got him. You've got to give him time. But as fans, we find it hard to give the managers time now, because we want instant success, because people think we've got lots of money now. I don't think we're as rich as people think we are. But we've got, all of a sudden we've paid £45 million or £40 million, what is it, for Richarlison. but really is probably only worth 20 million. But because they know we've got a bit of money, and it's a bit of a payoff for trying to get a manager last year. I think, you know, Sigurdsson 45, they've got money, get more out of him. You know, Pickford, they've got money, get more money for him. Michael Keane, get more money for him. And I think people think we're well loaded now, and our transfer fees have gone from being what I think 20 million tops to being 40 million all of a sudden, because people think we're loaded. And I think we've gone the wrong way with some of the players we've bought and some of the fees we've paid out, and then the wages on top of it. So we're stuck with an awful lot of deadwood. But we've got to come out with the strategy now and say, this is what we're going to do for the next years. And Marco will be here. We have every confidence in him. We're going to make sure we get all right, but in 6 months, he might not be the right man in 6 months' time. We might go for somebody else, but at the moment, I just think we're sacking and making too many wrong decisions in the club.
The other thing is with that, is if you're a manager at a club and you're doing well, and Everton, and you're comfortable, you're doing well, your club, your team's progressing, and Everton come knocking on your door, surely one other thing, I know you back yourself, of course, because that's how football is, you have to back yourself, but I think you're then going to look and go, well, please give managers 6. If I don't get this right in 5 or 6 months, I'll be gone. And I've got, you know, because this is what happened apparently with Eddie Howe last year. Everton wanted Eddie Howe when he couldn't get silver, and he must have looked and gone, I run Bournemouth, and I'm under no pressure, and I've got a decent little side. You know, as long as I keep them up, everyone's happy. If I go to Everton and I don't get it right like that, I'm out. So at some stage, it's okay for some fans, I've seen some, and it's just very small minority saying, you just keep sacking them till one works.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Because you keep paying, you're blowing money, which is what we're talking about, aren't you? And I'm not saying Marco Silva will be the right man. I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. But what I do know is, our problems aren't all down to Marco Silva. So that's my opinion. You're absolutely right. Farhad Moshiri said at the AGM, I apologised for using Jim White. Said it won't happen again. Well, I'm sure last week.
I'm sure.
And that's fine. If you want to speak to Jim White, I personally haven't got a problem with it. I understand he's trying to speak, but you're dead right. And this is the other thing with Marco Silva. I don't know whether they realise. Marco Silva realises, and I'm sure he does, but it doesn't come across that way. Is that when he's doing an interview, he's not talking to the interviewer. The interviewer's not interested. The interviewer's doing his job.
Yeah, he's posing the question.
The local fella might be interested. He's a blue, whatever. But I don't think they're that bothered. Sky aren't bothered about what he says. Sky are just wanting soundbites. But we are as fans. So he's talking to us. And this is what I don't think the club realises. And this is why I've had this thing last night with Twitter. We were talking about Alan Myers. When Alan Myers was there, Alan Myers did realise that the message was important to Evertonians. Now, I don't think the club are helping them. We're in a situation where the results aren't good. The fans are a little bit restless. And every year that goes by where we don't progress, it gets coiled again. Like a spring, it gets tighter. Because people are ready. Like you just said, they want it now. We want it now. Because these have won stuff and they might win the league. And we're not progressing. If Everton were 4th and they were top, it'd be a totally different thing. People would be going, I hope they don't win it. But aren't we boss? And we might be... But or if they were 4th and we were where we are at, I still don't think it'd be the same. But because we're looking as fans and going, they could win it, which puts the spotlight back on us because we seem to be going the other way. The club aren't helping. The club should do a 10-minute, said this last week, 10 or 15 minute sit down with Marco Silva, give him a bit of personality, let us see him laughing and going, yeah, you know, and this is what we're trying to do, and this is my long-term vision. Marcel Brand should be on it, just on Everton's, to the fans.
Yeah.
Marcel Brand should be saying, right, this is what I've done. This is what we've identified for the summer. This is what we're looking for the next 2 years. Give us the vision. Yeah. Don't keep it in house. I've just seen a quote from the weekend from Marcel Brands from a Dutch newspaper when he said something like, we chose Marco and we know it's not great at the moment, but we know the bigger picture. That's great. But why is a Dutch newspaper telling me? Why isn't it on? So I don't think the club's doing enough to help them.
I said that before. I just think we should be using the Everton media side far more to give the fans more of an insight. You know, people like yourself, and you've got other media outlets, and you've got the Echo, they're trying to get stories all the time. So then you start getting the moan and groans. But if they come out and said, this is what we're doing, all right, we know what we're doing now.
Yeah.
We can talk about, isn't it good that we've got this plan now for 6 months?
Yeah.
In 6 months' time, we hope to be here. We've got these list of players we've identified. We know we can get rid of 4 of the Deadwood, but so we can see something, but
exactly.
we don't see it.
No.
And I actually turned off that other channel, the one that Forehead keeps talking because I just think it's losing its identity. It's gone for me. It's too moany and groany. They're looking for the negatives all the time. I want to see some positivity coming out of our club. And if it means you sit down, Farhad, Marco and Marcel Brown as a 3 with someone talking to, and you have an open discussion for 45 minutes about the plans. Wow, isn't that good? And we know what we're expecting, but everything now is it's cloak and dagger stuff. It's oh God, this and that. Like you see that. You can't see the match. What's all this on the pitch? It's like we're doing that in the boardroom.
Don't let it.
I want to see positivity out of Everton. You talked about them over the road, but they've got a plan. You see the plan. Our plan now is: are we getting too tied up with the stadium at the moment? Is the stadium taking over everything that we've losing our identity on the field of play? But hopefully the stadium's going to be there in the next 5 or 6 years. We need something. I love Goodison Park to death. I love it, but unfortunately it will not be fit for purpose for too much longer for the fans. The pitch will be great, but unfortunately the fans' facilities won't be fit for purpose with all the modern facilities getting done. But are we now putting too many eggs in that one basket there as the stadium, and we've lost a little bit? You hear more about the stadium at times than you hear about the team. Coming from the board.
You do.
I'd love to see those 3 people I just mentioned coming out and saying this is our vision, so we know as fans where we're aiming to get. We've got an idea where we want to go. But let's hear it from them. Let's not go on national radio or national TV. Let's go on our own TV channel or our own radio channel and tell the fans and tell us properly what you think is going to go. But I don't know any 3 people, so I can't comment on them. But over the last 4 years, I think it's got progressively worse season by season over the last 4 years, and I hate that the team have supported all my life, and I've gone through the thicks, I've gone through the thins, but I've gone through the highs as well. But I want to see us get back to where we should be, have an ambition to win or compete. And I'm talking about the Carabao Cup. You don't play a weekend team in Carabao Cup.
No.
It's a great chance to get to Wembley and maybe get a European spot. You go away to the Millwall, which is the FA Cup, and it's all about the luck of the draw. I thought, we've got a good chance down there. But again, we don't compete. We don't do enough. We're now out. So what we've got to now fight for is the league. And since we've got the FA Cup, have we really shown any fight and desire apart from the City game? No. But I thought that'd be right then. Come on, boys, let's have a big push. Let's get into 7th. Let's show what we are. And it's just gone steadily down. And I just want positivity. I want to hear some real positive things coming out of the club. And if it means someone I'm coming out and doing a piece, this is where we want to go, this is our goal, this is our aim. It might take us 18 months, but we're going to get there within 18 months, 24 months, and we want you to be with us.
That's it.
We want you with us, want you behind us. We know where we're going then. We've got an idea what the plan is. But will it happen? I don't know.
No, I don't think it will, but you're absolutely spot on. On to, when you were a player, obviously, there was some rough times, especially around the time. Well, when you first got in the side, obviously once you were in there, we were sorted then. But there was obviously around those times it was tough. But you got into the team at a time when it was difficult. We weren't playing very well.
Yeah.
I was there with being there with 8,000 in the League Cup when we beat Coventry in 83. We come back and beat them 2-1 in the League Cup.
I think I got in the team about 2 weeks after that, I think.
Yeah, I think you got into the side. Even after that Coventry game, I think we'd had Chesterfield in the first round. We got through straight past Coventry. Scored the last Incy and Sharpie scored right at the end. We didn't we didn't quite get the league form going. Obviously Andy Craig came in, and we beat Forest, and you thought this might be it, and then we didn't. But then you got in the side, and results were all right. You were telling me before.
The results weren't great, but they were. I got in the side.
Scored straight away, didn't you? Your first game, you were telling me.
I think it was a game just after the Coventry game. It was Arsenal, then it was Forest, and then I think we went to West Ham or something. in the next round of the cup. And we drew 2-2 down at West Ham, and I scored my first goal in the royal blue shirt. For West Ham.
Good start.
5 games in, own goal. I kept it going. I kept it going, didn't I? And
you did score some.
And then we went to Old Trafford on the Saturday, and I played that alongside Mark Higgins at West Ham, and we go to Old Trafford on the Saturday. And I'm thinking now, Bales is there, Rats is there, and I'm out. And Howard named the team, and I literally went, I'll get me coach. Can you mention you're playing? Oh.
Come back.
I honestly didn't expect to play, and we played alongside Higgy. We won 1-0 at Old Trafford, and we played West Ham on the replay on the Wednesday, won 2-0 I think it was, and that was the last time Mark played. So I played alongside Mark for the last 3 games, and you wonder if Mark had been fit, would Kevin have stayed at left back? You don't know, because Kevin was left back for them 3 games, and then me and Rats got together, and Bales came in, but that was middle to end of November, and then December time it got no better. We got booed off the pitch. I think it was either Coventry or Sunderland on Boxing Day. Sunderland 0-0. It was awful. Then we got on a coach.
You were playing in it, I was bloody watching it. It was awful.
It was awful. Me playing it as well. We just couldn't get going. It was there was a lack of confidence in the side, a lack of belief, and we struggled. Went down to Wolves the following. Got on the coach after the game. Drove to hotel. Played Wolves the following day, and got stuffed 3-0. I remember Wayne Clark coming in about 18 months, 2 years later, says you were the worst team we'd seen all season, and we got battered 3-0. Come back at home to Coventry, I think it was late December, and again it was 12,000. Another awful boring 0-0 draw, and there was cushions getting chucked out the director's box. Rubbish. And
Garrett's getting painted.
Garrett's getting painted. All the things going. Sack the board. He's got to go. Kendall and Carter out. And Sir Philip went, look, no, he's staying.
Well, what? Just before we go to the next little bit, which is the good bit. As players, then, were you? It might be different for you because you just got in the side, but on the training ground, what was it like? Were you looking at Howard and thinking, do you actually know what you're doing?
I was looking at him thinking, you're the best on the pitch with Colin Harvey alongside you.
Yeah, it's face. As a play, because he still played some games. He was fabulous
awesome.
footballer.
He was awesome.
What was it like as players then? Was it confidence, or was it? Where are you looking at? And this is where the mentality might be totally different now. But were you looking at Howard and thinking, I've got complete trust in you as a manager, or were you just worried about your own form and staying in the team?
I'd only played. I played less than 12 or 15 games in the first team, so I was very, very fresh and very
eager and ready to.
But and a little bit naive, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
But the players around us, Reedy was having more of an influence, and Gray was having more of an influence. Colin Harvey made a massive change to us when he came in as first team coach.
Yeah.
But players were starting to find something game by game. It wasn't constantly going like that. It was like this all the time.
A little bit,
And so you could see things happening. I got on well with Gary at right back, and then me and Rats got an understanding, and Bales did Bales things all the time.
Even without results.
Even without results, you start and develop partners. Like you look at Everton now, you can see Keane and Zuma developing a partnership.
Yeah.
The longer you play together, you more develop. And Peter Reid was starting to stamp his authority on it, and Trevor Stevens was developing with Gary Stevens, and Sheeds was coming into us. But things were just starting to move. But that's it. There was still like Alan Irvine around at the time.
There was, yeah.
Inchi was playing in midfield at times.
He was, yeah.
So you understand there was other players, and then all of a sudden, after the Coventry game, when we were dire, we were absolutely dire. That was probably the worst game I'd been involved in.
And again, just before you go on, people might be watching this going, yeah, well that was then, and we know what happened. This team aren't showing anything. I can assure you, that Coventry game, that team, you couldn't have walked off that pitch and said to anybody, without them putting you in the all white coats and getting you off somewhere, said this team's going to go unbelievable, it's going to win a trophy this season, because we looked like individuals. There was no coherence. The best thing was it was a clean sheet. We keep clean sheets, but then obviously what happens after that Coventry game's piss poor.
It was dreadful, and we go down to Birmingham. I think you said it was the 2nd of January. It was early January '84.
Was that a New Year's Day or the 2nd?
Yeah, it was early, and it was a night game, and We go down to Birmingham. I think we always stayed in something like Great Bar, a hotel up there, pre-match meal. Go to the game. Howard names the team, and Howard was pretty good at keeping a consistent team.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't make too many changes. I can't remember the team that played. So we get there, and we had that all silver kit on, that famous all silver kit on. So we go on silver socks, silver shorts, we go warm up. We come in and we're all just getting ready to go. Knock on the door. In walks the referee. Mr. Kendall, you can't wear that kit today. What do you mean? It's going to clash with the blue lights under their blue kits under the floodlights, so you can't wear it. And someone shouts, "Are we in bloody skins then tonight?" And he went, "No." And he walked. The Birmingham kit man walked in with Birmingham's away kit. When I think it's the classic Everton yellow, blue, yellow.
Yeah.
We got changed. Gary Stevens scored. We win 2-0.
Yeah.
And we don't lose. All of a sudden, we don't lose for 20 games. But just after that, on the Tuesday or Monday, we go to Stoke in the FA Cup on the Saturday. And although we are 17th in the table, we're not performing very well. We've just won away at Birmingham. There's still 7,000, 8,000 there. And warm up and you see them all
and
singing.
Stoke were the favourites that day before the game.
Singing and shouting. We come back in and we're all getting our final bits and pads on, tie-ups on, bit of Vaseline round the eyes for me, really a bit of Vicks up his nostrils. And Howard goes, "Right then, boys." And he just leaned over, opened the window and says, and you could hear was, "Everton, you do it for them today." There's me, do it for them. That was the team talk basically. We won 2-0. Went back the week after, drew 1-1 at Stoke. And we just kept going and going. Everyone talks about Inchi and Oxford.
Yeah.
But I always go back to that Birmingham City kit.
Yeah.
On the 2nd of January, whatever it was. I love the Everton blue yellow, but traditional picture up there with Labby and a blue yellow blue there. I think it's brilliant. And then you get 1 win, you get 2 wins, you get 3 wins, you get a draw, you get another, and you start going. Your chest comes out and your shoulder.
We're a good side.
And the confidence starts developing. And all it takes is 1 or 2 results to get that confidence going. And then we beat Oxford in the replay. And then I think it was Villa in the semi-final. We win the first game 2-0. And Richo breaks his wrist and he handballs on the goal line. He said, "I didn't touch it, referee." And there's a big pitch of the ball right by his arm. And then we go down to Villa Park for the second leg and we win that one, and Andy King made a mistake and they scored from it. Right out scored. And we lose the game 1-0. That was our first defeat since 2nd of January, and that was sometime in March or April, February or March. And all of a sudden we're at Wembley, and I remember going into the tunnel after the game and going up, and Villa used to be stairs like that, 30 vertical, they were wooden stairs up to the changing rooms, and you could hear the fans outside, and we're half changed. "Please, you've got to come out. They're not going to go. Please get back dressed." So we all threw our kit back on and came back out, and they all go, "Wow!" But we're going to Wembley within 4 months of being in the first team, mate, and I'm going, this doesn't happen to this little Scouser lad from Jubilee. But then we go to Wembley, and I always say to people, the hardest to win is your first trophy. You look at Tottenham at the moment. They're so close and they can't win it. Liverpool are the same at the moment. They can't win the first one. The first one's so difficult. And we get to Wembley and we compete and we lose the replay, but we had a massive opportunity to go back 2 months later. After the Milk Cup, we lost the Milk Cup final. We then go to the semi-final at Highbury, win the semi-final effort, and we're at Wembley again. So it's March and then again in May. And we won the May one, and that was it. Wow, we're better. We can do it now. We're a good side. And we came back in pre-season, FA Cup winners, and we go and get stuffed 4-1 by Tottenham first game of the season, and then 2-1 at West Brom. And you're all going, "Oh, here we go again." Bottom of the table, 6 goals, and then we win the league with 5 games to spare, and we win the European Cup. And it's one of them. If I could say there and put my finger on that now, that's how you do it. I could do, but I don't know how we did it. It was just a massive bit of confidence. Start with the board, believing in Howard, trusting in Howard, not sacking him. A good result in a different team's kit, and then a bit of confidence in ourselves, a bit of belief in ourselves, and the belief goes from us into the fans.
And then that makes
it build and build. But to say from Boxing, 1st of January 1984 to May 1985, we'd have won 3 trophies and played another 2 finals. you'd have gone, bollocks, no chance. But, and that's how football can change. It can change so quickly. And I just, can that change in the current, I don't think it's as easy as that nowadays. Because notice, but the top 6 are the top 6 for a reason. They play consistent football each season. They reach the major finals and the major competitions, so they get more revenue. They get on the television more, so they get more revenue. So we are unfortunately in that next mix, and we've got to get out of that next mix and get into it. It might take us another 3 years, it might take us 4 years, it might take us a year. You don't know what's around the corner, because that's if you'd have said back in the mid-80s what we did, I'd still to this day have to pinch myself to believe what Everton did in such a short space of time. I'm so proud and honoured to have been part of that team, because, as you know, I'm a blue to the core. I've gone from the street end singing Latchford's names and Duncan McKenzie's and watching Kingy score in the top corner against Liverpool in the FA Cup, and I've been at Goodison Park when United came and did a 6-2 on Boxing Day. I've been through all of that, and then all of a sudden, I'm walking out in a blue shirt and
picking an FA Cup up at Wembley.
And then all of a sudden I'm winning a trophy here, and then I'm winning the what I call as the Holy Grail is the league title. Your league title means you're the best team over, as our days it was 42 games. The FA Cup was a 6-game sprint. Compared to the amount of the league, and to think that I've got 2 league titles at Everton and an FA Cup and a Europe, I still find it hard to believe, but I'm still a fan, and I want to see my team. People say to me, isn't it great being part of the best Everton team ever? It is, but why can't I be the 2nd or 3rd best team? It means that we've gone on to do bigger and better things. It's lovely being talked about the best team ever, but why should we? We're 35 years since, or 33 years since those days.
Don't you make me feel
I just want to be the 2nd and 3rd best team, because that means my team, or our team, our club, has gone on to do things again and to win more trophies. And that's all I want. I want to see. I want to go to Wembley in my Everton kit with my mates and win the FA Cup and then go and dive in the fountain at Trafalgar Square. My mates have all done it. I haven't done it yet. I want to go and do it.
That's the thing. I mean, and I suppose I wanted that story to come out just for some people to say, all right, even in those days, the football is a bit like now. It's a bit nothing, but there might be there might not be, and I might be romanticising and looking for stuff that isn't there, but I just feel it's very early. Just moving on. With regards to the manager, there's been loads of talk of zonal marking being Everton's issue this year. Now, I thought at the weekend, we defended everything quite well, really. I thought, it ends up they score off a corner, but it's a second bit of play, it's not the first ball. And I thought we'd done better than what we have done in recent weeks, but again, we can see the goal. Wasn't a corner in the first place, which is the reason why Zuma gets sent off in the end. Referee gives a corner that he was the only one that saw. Ball comes in, we clear it, and then it's a little round the corner, but he has missed it to Cathcart, and it's a ball across the box, and we're behind. But there's been a lot of stuff about zonal marking, and a lot of fans will level this at Marco Silva, and this is the reason why we don't win games. Zonal marking, Howard used it, didn't he? What's been your take, Derek, on some of the goals we've conceded?
Some of the goals we conceded have been
of late
diabolical, personally, for me.
Okay, yeah.
Avoidable.
Yeah. Is it the system?
I don't think it's the system. Whether you do zonal marking or man-to-man marking, if you don't do your job, you're going to concede goals.
Yeah.
And players aren't doing their job. They aren't taking responsibility and putting their head on the ball or their body on the line to stop conceding goals. We have to do that. Wolves did it against us. Wolves had some great blocks in the box.
They did.
They put the body on the line. Do we do it?
No.
Do we actually do that? You can talk about the second goal for Wolves. You've got Seamus at the front, you've got Richarlison just behind, and then just behind Richarlison you've got Jimenez. But why is our striker marking their striker?
Yeah.
For me, their strikers are marked by our defenders, because my job is to defend my goal. I know the movement strikers make in the box, so I can mark him better.
Yeah.
But I'm putting a striker against a striker, and it's not right for me.
No.
So if I'm going to have, if I'm Jimenez, and I'd have Keane or Zuma on. Okay. If I've got an Aguero, I'd have a Zuma or a Keane on it, because my job, I know what the strikers are trying to do. But if I put an attacker against an attacker in the box, my attacking defender doesn't really understand what he's going to do.
No.
And I just think, but you've got to do your jobs. If the Wolves goal, if instead of being like that, as Richarlison, if he's just a little bit half on, he can see the ball and he can see Jimenez, and he can see the run coming, so he can make that move. But Richarlison's first move is actually that way. He should try and play offside. You look at it, he actually goes that way
first, and then it's behind.
Oh shit! I've got it back in there now, and he's lost him.
Yeah.
But then it's a good quality balling. But you've got to put your body on the line. The goal against Man City, the first goal, I'm sitting in the lower Bullens, and I went, Gomez wrong side of the left of the goal from there. Laporte.
Yeah.
I said, look at him, because Laporte's there, and the line's here, and Gomez has come this side of him. I want Gomez that side of him.
Right.
But if once I'm this side, he's got a yard on me already in front of me.
Straight away, yeah.
And all he does, people said, you mentioned about Gomez, about Zuma, but Zuma's coming backwards. Where all Laporte did was a 1, 2, 3 at the ball. If you look at Gomez, he's like that, about a yard and a half behind him. You know, it's taking responsibility to your job. Do you want to stop the ball going in your net? Do you want to have a clean sheet bonus? Do you want to have a victory? Do you want to be the brave one who gets a cut on the head and comes out with a bandage on your head, going, look at me, I've done that for my team? Or do you go, ooh, and you dive away? You see it so often now. Players don't jump. Even the goal on Saturday. Oh, we cleared the first ball, but the ball's not dead. No. And we switch off.
And this is one of the things I picked up, and someone was saying, oh yeah, but we defended the corner well. And the pass back in, you can't blame anyone.
You defend the corner well when it's in there off.
Exactly. We've got it out the box if that's defending the corner well. It's a ball back in, and Cathcart, it doesn't mean it to hit his heel and go behind him, right? But I was looking at it, Sigurdsson's next to Andre Gray when that ball goes through. When Andre Gray taps the ball in, Gylfi Sigurdsson's 3 yards away with them with.
You can say that about the winning goal at Millwall. Give away a silly free kick. Yeah. You've got to stop doing that, another thing. Yeah. 100%. Too many stupid free kicks. Yeah. We line up on the box, we've got 8 on the line.
So that's
fine. Good. Are we maybe slightly too high? You could say we're too high. I know Sir Van Dis said we could be too high, but good line there. Yeah. The ball goes over the front 4, so the back 4 go like that. And the front four stay on the edge of the box. So these people, so these play here are marking these. They've gone, oh yes, I'm free, and they've run into the space. Yeah. The 4 can't deal with the cross, but it drops down to the 4 who were marked by the ones into the box, and you pan out, and they're going, Caw! Oh no, that's my fault. That's my man. It's responsibility. I'm marking you. If you run past me, I've got to stay with you.
You'd have, yeah.
I don't go, oh, you can do it now. No, It's your job. And we're not doing our jobs right. Whether it's zone, like I played at Villa under Graham Taylor, you had 3 on the 6-yard box and 2 yards off them. And my line was that space up to that man in front of me, and that was my 3-yard square box. Yeah. Okay. And if I screamed for it, you got out my way and you got round and covered me. Yeah. If Paul McGuire in front of me screamed for it, I'd get ready in case he missed it.
He misses it.
Now, who screams in the box for our balls? Who goes, mine, Derek, passes? Who screams? No one screams. They just jump and they direct the ball. If I scream my name, you know I'm coming for the ball, and you'll get round me. Yeah. I'm getting out of his way, he's coming for the ball. We had one the other week where sort of a keeper came for the ball, but the centre-half just took it on and headed it away. It wasn't one of our games, I don't think. But although the keeper's called, the centre-back was ready for it and he just powered it away. And the keeper goes, cheers mate, well done.
Yeah, it's out.
I've taken control of the situation. Yeah. I was going to head the ball, he screamed, but I was going to head it. I've done it myself. But I don't see players in our box taking that control of the area. The goalkeeper, the 18-yard box was Neville Southall's domain. Because he could use his hands in there, I couldn't. Yeah. So Neville would come and, if Neville would take me and the ball and the striker and everyone else with him,
he didn't care, did he?
Are we now playing a higher line because I'm not being is Jordan Pickford not tall enough to command his area? Okay. Might be a bit controversial, but compared to the Neville Southalls, even to go back to recently, Joe Robles, Nigel Martin, all Tim Howard, taller keepers, they can come and command a little bit more. Is Jordan a little bit too short to come and command his box? So does that put pressure on our defenders to, if we go higher, he's got a bit more space if he can maybe come and collect it? Yeah, I don't know. But all I want to do is get that line right. Gomez, Zuma, Keane, Seamus, right, get your head on this ball. get it cleared. And then if I scream, I get round and I cover you. You don't see that movement.
No, there's nothing.
People just jump, and they don't jump for the ball now. They jump just to try and head it.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I say head it, they just jump and it's just a little jump. They don't see. I play with Paul McGrath, pound for pound the best player I played with, best centre off. He get in the ball. He went, Mackers, 1, 2, 3, and he jumped and he powered it away. I don't see that as often now. Our defenders, Chu could say about getting hurt now. I've got a smashed nose, I've got cuts everywhere on my eyes, I've got elbows, boots in my face and all sorts. But my job as the number 5, stop the ball going in my net.
Yeah.
By hook or by crook, by eye or by bollock, I stopped it. You know, and I don't see it. And I said, but I'm not just having to go at Everton. This is getting through a lot of clubs now.
Yeah.
I don't think players are fair to put the bodies on the line to score the goals. Now we talk about handballs and the arms being in an unnatural position. What's this? When they go to stop across the the back. What I don't see what that does. You need your arms out for balance and to push off and control, but to put the arm behind the back.
It's the hand.
Oh man! But I just want to see a Michael Keane, a Kurt Zuma, whoever it is, Yerry Mina, which we saw at Millwall when he jumped 2 yards behind the header for the first goal. He's 6'7".
Which is mad because
go and power it.
In the World Cup he was the one that headed everything.
Go and power it.
Is that not playing enough?
Not playing enough and lack of confidence. Are we confident enough with? Are the lads confident with Pickford behind them? Are they confident behind him that they're in front? You know, sometimes you lose confidence in the person behind you, or people lose confidence in the people in front of them. So it becomes a vicious circle.
What was because of the way we've, a lot people just don't like zonal marking, right?
Man City did it against us.
And perfect.
Man City had zonal marking. They had the 3 lads on the 6-yard box. They had the 2 little silvers trying to block the runs. They did every ball out.
Yeah. Isn't it just attacking
It's taking charge of your box. If you scream if you're on the front foot and you're ready for it, you scream. Other people get out of the way. Even the centre forward, someone's get out of the way because they think, oh, he's going to come through me. And you go, and it's away. But then, why do we bring everybody back? So when we head it away, they get the ball. Leave little Bernard up there. Leave Walcott up there. Take 2.
They leave 3 then.
Yeah.
They leave 3.
And then if we do head it out, we've got someone who can get it down and bring it and hold the ball up so we can get our shape and push up again.
When I used that argument with someone and he went, no, but you can't do that because then they've got more room in our box. Well, we've got more room to defend.
The more players in the box, the more chance you've got to climb to the people and people getting in your way and stop you doing your job.
That was my thought. You're a centre half that's won the league, so
I would always put at least 1 player up.
Yeah.
But if you've got 2 little players like, for example,
Bernard and Walcott,
I'd say you 2 go. Always have, if the ball free kick's coming from that side, put one over that because 9 times you head the ball back where it's come from. So 1 there and 1 down the middle. That's going to take at least 2, possibly 3, possibly 4 players out the box.
Because no manager go man for man on the halfway line. None of them.
And then you've got a bit more space in the box, so you can attack an area better.
Yeah.
You can go for it, but it's a modern thing to bring everybody back for corners and free kicks. I just can't see why we do it all the time. But saying that, I said before, it's all about taking control of the situation. Do you want to be a defender who's going to put the head on a ball or going to put yourself in the way of a shot, or are you going to be just in the mix? And we're just in the mix. Zuma's 6 foot something, Keane's 6 foot something. Yeah. They're both playing reasonably well together at the back now. They've got to start taking shots. They've got to start dominating that line. Can
you have someone whose job it is, or is this unrealistic, to just go and attack the ball? So you're our best defender, best header of the ball. Is it unrealistic for me as a manager to say to you, Derek, you deal with the ball in? Because obviously you don't know the trajectory of the ball.
You don't. You know what their free kick plan is.
But Van Dijk at Liverpool seems to do that. He seems the one always attracted to the first ball.
One of them. I agree with that. The best. So we've got 2. It should be Keane and Zuma doing most of the heading.
Yeah.
But if the opposition work it right, they can. I've seen it before where I've got to go and mark the big centre forward.
Okay, yeah.
So if he walks 10 yards over there, will I really go with him 10 yards and come right out the box so I've got less space?
Yeah.
Or do I say, right, Baz, just block him off.
Block him off.
I'm going to stay here.
Yeah.
But you can work it. You can work it well where you set and that big centre just walk. Peter Crouch. I'd always say to Crouch, you just walk the centre half out. Just walk him away, because he'll follow you. And all of a sudden there's a space around. So right, I'll say, Baz, just go and stand in front of Crouchy. And and I'll keep myself in here. But you don't see it. Do you see anyone organise Everton's backline?
No, never.
They just get in a line, they stand there.
Yeah.
Right, have you got it? Right. Why don't we try a name? So if they use, a girl's name, they all go out together.
They all don't know.
And they call catch them offside. I've had that before.
Is there as much detail, do you think, going into this kind of thing? Because it doesn't look like it, does it?
We had those at certain clubs of being it where we had certain names we used for the free kick.
And it meant something different.
Yeah. So certain names meant something different, and we'd say a name, and that was, right, we're going out.
Yeah.
And I think we all went out en masse, and they've all gone, no, I'm offside now.
Yeah.
You still see it now and again in certain things.
Yeah.
But be a bit cleverer. Be a bit... No.
But then man for man doesn't
always work. But if you do your job, you'll concede far less goals, and you'll win far more headers if you take control and take charge of your job, and the people around you do it equally the same as you do. So if we're going to do it in training. Throw 12 against you.
Yeah.
And after 5 defenders, throw 12. Fucking get in there.
Yeah.
You get if the doctor will stitch it up, bit of Vaseline, they'll be fine. But do it in training, practice it in training. Do it in training. It's our training just pass. 10 passes a goal, boys. Pass. 10, 1-0, bam, 2-0, got it back, 2-1. Where's the end product?
Yeah.
What's the end product out of possession football? I've said this over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I don't think our formation does us any favours, really.
No.
I really don't think the 4-2-3-1, because the 3 who are sitting behind, I don't think they really understand what they should be doing or what they want to do. So do we need 2 holding midfield players all the time? Do we need 3 just behind? Let's play 2 up front for a change. Does he really think the 4-2-3-1 is working for him? I don't think it has worked. But he's setting his ways. It seems to me that he's setting his ways. I'm playing this way and no other way. And have we got the players that actually can play that formation? And I think we're struggling at the moment. How are the players good enough? Do they understand it? Do they want to play it?
Let us know what you think in the comments section below. You're prepared to give the manager a bit more time. I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, he's Farhad's man. And if Marcel Brands and they can see a pathway, then basically just get what we need this season. And
get the dead right away. Stabilise the club. Come out and tell us what we're going to do. Come and just come out as a group of people and say, this is what we'll do for the next 12 months. This is our philosophy now, onwards and upwards, not through the national radio stations and that and foreign stations. Talk to the fans as the fans expect and hope to be spoken to as fans, not via other outlets.
And wear Cardiff's away kit when we play them in a couple of weeks. That might be the key. That might be the thing that starts it off. Big thanks to Derek for coming in. Thanks for watching. See you soon on Toffee TV.